Hello, everyone. This is John Borelli with the Plan B Club. I'm the lead developer with the Plan B Club. There's been a lot of call for answers about spam through webforms, Infusionsoft webforms, and I don't know if it's because that Infusionsoft is having problems with the reCAPTCHA that they've added and the measures that they've taken to try and help prevent that, or if it's just brought it to the forefront. But I have one such approach that would help manage that, so I figured I'd share that with you. The problem is that spam bots will try to populate every field on a form and then submit the form in hopes that your system will accept it, in this case Infusionsoft will accept it, and get them into the process and allow them to start contacting you and vice versa, and that's what spam is all about. So the way that that is prevented is, or at least one way that that is prevented is we provide a field that's hidden to people, to normal human beings, that would not get touched or modified because it's not accessible by the web form to a person. The spam bot doesn't know the difference, but the person does. So that works like this. Open up the spam test, and we have a hidden field tied to a custom field I have called test text. And I put a nonsense phrase. You could have any kind of security key or phraseology that you want, something that you know will be consistent as long as nobody touches it. And that is essentially all that you have to do when you set up the form. And this form is obviously just first name and email. So when I do a test, and I'll just make up a bogus email to make a unique contact. Thistest.com. You submit it. You go over to my contacts, refresh, and I'll show you exactly what process this takes and how that looks. So this gets thrown into a campaign that basically either creates a past spam test or spam suspected or suspected spam tag, which you can then use to silo the information and be able to sort through the list. The way that this works is going back into the campaign. I already showed you the form where the hidden field is, and in our case, Tutti Frutti. So don't worry about most of this. This is the only part that we're really concerned about. This part here is just to test with a tag rather than the form. So we already showed you the form, the hidden field. The way that the decision diamond looks is obviously, I'm sure you know where I'm going. If it equals what we told it should equal, then great. You go to the left. If it does not equal what we told it should equal, then you go to the right. And one is past the spam test. It equals what we set it at. One is suspected spam because a bot changed the value. In the pass the spam test, I simply remove exit tag, which draws it out of this sequence. Then I apply the pass spam test and also apply a tag that indicates that that was right. Let's see here. We'll just for prosperity, pass the spam test, and then we apply the exit tag, which we initially removed, so that it will come out of the sequence and be able to be run again should it be called on the form again. Similarly, we remove the exit tag and then we apply, if the field has changed, suspected spam. And again, the exit tag to draw it out of the sequence. Now what this will do, this will allow you to manage a list. And if you go from time to time and silo by suspected spam, this is going to be 98, 99% effective. It is possible that a bot decides not to fill in that field, but it is not likely. It is the most common approach to spam bots. And as a result, you'll find that it will be fairly effective. One last note, should have stayed in there. What you can do, and I'm not saying I recommend this, I'm saying there may be circumstances where you might want to, you can automate the deleting of the contacts. If you're sure that this process is working consistently for you, then a programmer can set up an HTTP post. It takes 15 minutes to write the script, and it can delete the contact that is suspected spam. And so that's always an option, but at the very least, this is one way to handle it. It does work. It does function properly. It does allow you to quickly identify those that are suspected spam. You can review them and delete them at your leisure, or as I said, you can always use a little bit of programming code and automatically with an HTTP post, go ahead and automatically delete them. I hope that helps. Let me know if it improves your spam identification, if it helps, and good luck. Thanks.